All right, live with Assimilate Containers, and I'm going to just go through like I do on other topics and just read maybe the official documentation, try to find something that sounds interesting or I haven't done exactly, and just keep tweaking it. So here I'm in the Docker docs, and I'm going to look at different things that look interesting. So like this looks pretty normal, building containers, starting an app. You have to assign it to ports. But what if I want to update an application? What do we need to do? We just build it again using the same tag, which is good. Removing containers, sharing the application, so you could share it via Docker Hub. Now, one of the things that would be kind of fun to play around with is to work with the file system. I like this. I like this a lot. Container volumes. So let's dig into this because I really don't do much with persistent containers, and so this would be a fun one for me to play around with today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my cloud-based environment, which is container template right here. Make it a little bit bigger, and I'm going to launch this code space. And then I'll also enumerate each lesson so that there's notes on it so I can come back to it and know what I'm doing. But yeah, I think getting a little bit better at dealing with persistent storage would be amazing because I really just don't do it that much with containers. Okay, so the goal for today is deal with persistent storage. I'm going to open up a terminal here, and let's change the README to be more conducive. Here we go, template for containers. Let's do a get pull. Okay, and we'll say lesson 2, the persistent storage containers, which I really have only just played around with a tiny bit. And so persisting data. Okay, I'm excited. This is going to be fun. Okay, so what do we need to do? So to start an Ubuntu container that will create a file named data.txt with a random number, you do this. Oh, I like this. This looks really cool. So we're going to try this command. So docker run ubuntu bash. See the shuffle command? This is one of my favorite commands that a lot of people don't know about, but will randomly sample a file, but it does a lot of other stuff too. So basically it says, well, first let's just do it. Let's just run it without Docker to see even what it does. So if I didn't know you could do this with Shuffle, actually. I didn't know you could create random data. Let's try that. If I say head data, whoa. If I say S or du-sh data, it's just one line, right? I just less data. Yeah, there's a line in there. Okay. Huh, interesting. So randomly sample. Oh, I see, number 1. So if I did like 2, it would give me 2 sample. Wow, really cool. I didn't know you could do that with Shuffle. I've used Shuffle, but didn't know you could do that. That's really, really cool stuff. Oh, there we go. Cool. Two things. Okay, so I'll just put a note here that says, uh, you know, really, really cool command that randomly creates a number. Okay, now let's do it using Docker. So basically, Ubuntu is going to do the same thing and create it at the root of the containers storage, and then we're going to tail it. Now, I don't know why tail dev null. What does that even do? Doesn't make sense to me. but we'll see. So downloading Ubuntu latest, that didn't do anything. So why? In case you're curious, we're starting bash shell and invoking 2 commands. That's why we do this. So I see this, but that didn't do anything. The second command is simply watching a file to keep the container running. Validate that you can see the output by accessing the terminal in the container. That did not actually happen. If you're curious about it, watching a file to keep the container running. Oh, I see. So we just need to find. I was like, oh, because it's daemon mode, which means it's in the back. I was like, what? What is going on here? So if we say Docker image ls at 2 running, that's what's going on. Okay, so Docker image Docker ps. There we go. Docker ps. Docker ps. So if you want to see, and we'll say note, you must run Docker ps to see the daemons. I always misspell demons. I spell demon. Demon. Yeah, that's right. So notice I have 2 of them. So I need to kill this one. Docker kill. Docker P. Okay, we only got 1 running. I see. So this basically just like keep alive, essentially. Got it. So now we need to open up the terminal. So how do we open up the terminal? Well, what we can do is we can find the ID here. We can say Docker run -it. Whoa, wait, it says pull access denied. Requested access. That didn't work for me. So let's go back here. Oh, if you prefer the command line, which I do, exec, or you can do this. So we can say Docker exec. I see. So let's go back here. Docker exec, and let's grab this container ID. And we should be able to cat that there's a random number inside of there. There we go. Nice. Yeah, this is cool. So then you run exec to invoke running container. Yeah, this is good stuff. I like this. So we would do this something like that, right? Now, why is it that I can't attach to it though? That's what's kind of weird, but whatever. Now let's start another Ubuntu container, the same image, and we'll see we don't have the file, right? So which is obvious, right? Because it's a blank image, so there's nothing. Okay, so we'll run that. There we go. See no file. No. And then go ahead and remove the container. There we go. Remove the container. So we say Docker remove, and then we grab our container. There we go. I am curious though why I couldn't attach again using the run-it, but whatever. Okay, so now we see this is not persistent though, because as soon as the container goes away, we're gone. So how do we actually persist it. By default, the to-do apps stores data in a SQLite database. So we can do this again. So we're going to create a volume and attach it and mount it. Yeah, this is exactly what I want to do. So let's go here. So we're going to say like create a a volume for SQLite. This is excellent. Love this. So Docker volume create to do. Okay. We have a volume here. And then stop and remove the to do app container once again in the dashboard as it's still running without. Now, I think I need to go back to the tutorial maybe. Update. Overview. Containers application. Oh, clone this to-do app. So I might need to just clone this real quick in order to, let's go here. Let's clone this. Woo. Let's go back here. So started. Oh, here we go. So we got a getting started here. And if I go into getting started, we can just do this. We can say rm-rf.get. Right. I don't want to make it a get repo. I just want to use it. So if we say getting started, we should be able to start it. Looks like this is some kind of to-do app. I can just assume that it works and we can go from there. So I'm going to go back to persist the DB. So I'm going to say start the to-do app container, but add the -v flag to specify a volume mount. Oh, interesting. So if we go back to this and we go to the getting started, there's a Docker file, and this is all the to-do stuff, right? So if we do that, does that work? Unable to find image getting started latest. So I need to go back to the tutorial and build this. There we go. So I'm going to run that. So let's build that. So this is why having a really nice, powerful machine is great for containers, because you'll see that if I run htop, just a ton of cores and it's just crunching through all these cores, which is great. Really, really good. Nice. So now we've got that command should run. If I go back to this README here and we run that, say that, and then we do this command here. So what this is going to do, I believe, is say docker run and then attach this volume here into this mount point, etc to-dos. Okay, let's see if that works. Wow. Okay, that looks, and even there's a browser here. Ooh, bad gateway. Maybe it'll launch in a second. I don't know. But if we go through here and persist the DB, start the two, but the v flag to specify, we can use this to capture all files created at the path. Huh. So for whatever reason, it's not running, which I don't know why. Let's try it again. Docker PS. Getting started. Docker kill. Start it again. And let's do Docker run again. What we also could do is PS Docker kill and this. Docker run -it that. Just run just the Docker run getting started. 3000. Always forget. Let's go back to how they do it here. So they say, what if I don't want to do -dp? What if I don't want to do daemon? I just want to do, let me look at a previous container here that I've got. That's fast API from 0. See how I run this thing. Yeah, just -p. So I'm going to do something like this. Let's try that. So let's see, Docker run here. Let's just do the same thing. We'll say :3 and then we'll just do the name of the container, the tag here, or the name of the image. Okay, now this is better. Now if we open this up, for whatever reason, it's having a bad gateway. And I don't know why it has a bad gateway. Containerize, build it. Detached mode. You can also do P to create a mapping. Without port mapping, you won't be able to access the application. Now go to localhost. Well, let's see here. If I just say localhost 3030, if I say curl localhost 3000, it's not running. There's something going on with this. Maybe it takes a long time to wake up, or I don't know. Curl localhost curl 127 27.0.0.1 CE. I'm having an issue getting this thing to run. Unless what I could, although did I have to do some stuff here? It says, using a text editor, add the following contents to the Docker file. Did it? Maybe that's the problem, is there's a totally different Docker file. So let's go back here. So if I go to the getting started Docker file, yeah, this is like, who knows what this is. We just want that. Wow, that's a totally different. Yeah. So that's the problem. I think is that it was just the wrong Docker file. So let's go here and let's go to the README file and let's rebuild it. There we go. That should be an extremely different Docker file. That would at least explain things here. And now, if we say Docker, yes, good. There's nothing running. Now we run this, and what does it do? Interesting. It's just hanging here. So why would this Docker file? It says expose yarn. Do I have a source here? Getting started. Oh, well, there's nothing in here. There's no source index. Dot. Did I have to do more stuff in here? Touch Docker file. Oh, change the directory to the getting started app. Okay, I'm totally screwing up everything. So let's do the getting started app. There we go. Ah, okay. So we'll say touch Docker file. Now we're talking. Now we have what the issues are. So this one is wrong. Okay, so now if we go to the app directory, there we go. There's nothing. So now if we go Docker PS, good. There's nothing running. Let's say Docker image, or I just now do the README steps from before. Now I can rebuild it again. But this is why, personally, what I like to do is first test it, make sure does anything work, which means that this I want to run in program mode, and then I also want to just double check that there's no big bugs with it before I do anything super tricky, because then it helps me debug what's going on. There we go. This is looking much better. Look at this. This is amazing. There we go. Okay, so now then run it for real. So then run it for real. So now we can kill this because we're in foreground mode. Now if we mount that volume, excellent. We can do our to-do. We can say hello. We can add our item. We can add another one. More. Apple. Perfect. There we go. So now let's look at what the tutorial was telling me before, which says, okay, we do all this really cool stuff. Now stop and remove the container by doing Docker PS. Oh, I see. Okay. So basically, so if we say Docker PS, we kill this, Docker RM, or Docker kill. We kill this. There we go. And then we say Docker image ls. We say Docker RM, the latest one. This one. Docker image RM -f. So we delete this. Now if we run everything again, you should see that volume is persisted. Whoa. Oh, because I need to rebuild it. So we'll build it again, which is interesting. So build that, then we run it, and then our to-do is still there. Whoa, look at that. Pretty cool. All right, so I'm liking this tutorial. It definitely makes me want to use persistent storage a lot more with Docker, but I think this was great. I think this is a great tutorial, and probably let's check it all in. So let's also kill everything. So let's say Docker PS Docker RM, this one. Go RM F Docker PS. Okay, and then let's check this in. Good status. Let's go up the directory. Status. Get add everything. Commit this. Add any changes. But also, I go to bind mounts. Bind mounts. Okay, we'll do next time. We'll do lesson 3 will be bind mounts. Lesson 3. Bind mounts. All right, we'll be back in a couple weeks. See you then.